Hey everybody, it's Party Elite, back with some more Suzerain action. Terrified about what might happen today. It's gonna be an interesting session. It's been interesting sessions for some time now. Why is mine? What is? Oh, weird. Stream was acting up on my end for a second there, so I was worried it was all broken. But no, we're looking good, folks. Let me know if I sound good, if everything is, well, not sound good, but you know what I mean. If audio's okay, if the visuals are okay, if everything's all right, because there was a Windows update, and every time there's a Windows update, I get very nervous about audio. I don't know why. I didn't used to have this problem, but all my friends used to have the issue where, like, there'd be a Windows update and their audio settings would just, like, cack up, and I'd never have that issue. But then for the last, like, 3, 4, 5 months, I've been having that issue, so, life comes at you fast, I suppose. How's everybody doing? I hope you all have had a wonderful week behind you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend planned ahead of you. And I hope you're excited for today's Suzerain livestream, because I certainly am. A warm welcome to all of you who are hanging out right now. Thanks for joining me so nice and early, or late, or whatever it might be, wherever you are. We got K, Percy, they, them. Oh, they, them, I assume. Neras, Jazzy B, Thomas, how goes? Beaver Soldier, Classified, how's it going? Good morning, good morning. Averon, God of Fire, how fares? Flipping through chat over here, look at the back and forth. Ren K1124, how's it going, buddy? Glad you made it. Ted Knight, coffee, donut, party time. Sounds like a good time. What kind of donut? Natalie P calling out the coffee. Elena Kelly, how's it going? Good morning to you. Good morning to you as well. Saketh, how fares? Hello, hello. Feel Fiskin 7, how goes? Is that double L pronounced like a Y? Just want to make sure for down the line. Against the river, how flows? Get it? Because how goes? Except it's a river. So it's a Friday morning, folks. I am still getting my head in the game. It's been quite the week. It's been quite the year, I'll be honest. I can't believe it's April already. Ivelo Zletkov, how goes? Made it to the stream. Glad you could. Hope you have a good time today. Jishnu S, how fares? Dragonity, first time watching you play this game? Oh yeah? Well, it's an interesting one. You're in for a ride. We've been playing for some time now, so it might, I don't know if it's going to start winding down. Actually, you know what? I say that, but war might be on the horizon. So yeah, you're I think you're in for a good time, hopefully. Hello from Barcelona. Hello to Barcelona. And Ease, how's it going? One last meeting, then joining the stream proper. Sounds good, dude. Enjoy the meeting, and then don't forget to turn teams off. But yeah, welcome. All right, let's get into this. Let's hit that resume button. Let's get into this. Last session was a session of some revelations. Primarily the revelation that our kid is dumb and that our wife is a hypocrite. But we already knew about our wife's hypocrisy from the beginning. Now, I will say again, there were words of wisdom shared last stream again about how, like, sometimes you have to be hypocritical in love and all that kind of stuff and this, that, and the other thing. I'm the president of a country. Hypocrisy can be damning in my position. So that's not the first time she wanted to use my office for personal gain. Well, personal, I mean familial gain, I suppose. I still count that as personal when you're a close-knit family, at least. So I was very uncomfortable about that from her. I wasn't too surprised, I guess, about my son failing his college entrance exams, and he's not too pleased about me sending him off to military school. But you know what? I guess that's just a sign that he lacks discipline. And you know where you learn discipline real good? Probably not at military school, but we're going to say military school. Sergio LP, how's it going? Wickles, don't worry, you're not too late at all. I had to take an extra minute before the live soon screen came through, so you're just fine. Besides, a wizard is never late. Be careful, Netta says. Roomberg could use nuclear weapons on you. I don't think nukes exist yet in this timeline. I mean, there were reports of the first ICBM being fired and it sinking in the sea, if I recall correctly. So I guess nukes exist, just not just not extremely long-range delivery mechanisms for said nuke. So we'll see. What happened with Frank? So he failed his college entrance exams. I'm guessing it's the equivalent of the SATs. So not really college entrance exams as much as a standardized, like it'll determine which colleges will even look at your application. Absolutely ridiculous, but I think that's what it's more like. And he did not do well. He did very poorly, actually. He scored less than 50%, if I recall correctly. And so we're sending him off to military school, much to the upsetness of himself and his mother. But hey, man, the other option was to literally pay his way into success and safety. Is this timeline only... In this timeline, only Arcasia has nukes. Oh, okay, gotcha. Even now, I still hate the fact that we sent Frank to military school. Who knows what kind of incident he'll get himself into. I mean, yeah, that can be said for anywhere, though, right? Our options were to send him to a private school in the quote-unquote West equivalent, or send him to I guess a communist medical school, or pay for his way in a local state-run school. Like, I don't know. If he's gonna act up, he's gonna act up, right? Screw nepotism, I see. CK3, what's the plan? I will be discussing that closer to when CK3 is scheduled next. I think what I'll do is probably this Monday I will take kind of off. I liked how between Maghreb Madness and Bengal Tiger we had one Monday as a break, as a bit of a buffer. Plus I want to get some things prepared for the next stream, not just thumbnails and stuff, but some other stuff as well. So not this Monday, but maybe the Monday after is when we'll be back. Again, I'll post updates on Twitter and on Discord. So if you don't follow me on either of those, or if you're not on our Discord, then the links to both are in the description down below. It's a good way to stay up to date with scheduling and plans and things like that. All right, let's actually get things moving. Yeah, Natalie, the Monday break I think is a good idea. Plus, the timing actually works out quite nicely from a few different perspectives. More on that at some other time, though. Yeah, so let's get started. I think those were the key highlights from last time. There it is. Oh, right, yes, of course. And we did decide to pursue a conversation with Lesbia. They're sort of the economic powerhouse to the south over here. Our towman was insistent that we need to have more military allies because the Rumburg threat is getting very, very real. We also have their whistleblower. We kept their whistleblower. We provided him, supposedly we provided him asylum, but it sounded more like we interrogated him and then provided him asylum. So hopefully that'll give us a bit of leg up, I guess, on Rumburg. But yeah, I mean, I guess we'll find out. So those were the key moments, and hopefully we'll be tackling especially the Lesbia thing, because I would feel a lot more comfortable having some more allies with me. Research elite. yeah, a little bit. Someone made a fake Wikipedia page for Sordland. That is amazing. I will check that out, Jazzy B. And that Discord link should be coming through. Partybot, don't fail me now. There we go. There's that Discord link, by the way, in chat as well, folks. All right, let's check out the situation at Hullsword. Cabinet meeting on the results of the vote. Oh, right, yes, I remember this from the end of last session. All right, folks, I'm going to need a quick sip of water over here. Already losing my voice. Give me a second, and we'll dive into this conversation. It's, God, it is not a debrief that I'm looking forward to. Let me put it that way. For those of you that missed it, our reforms did not go through. Not only did it not go through, we were betrayed. Almost certainly. Almost certainly. Feedback time, says Jazzy B. Am I going to get hung? Is this how it happens? Boo score, sorry to hear that, buddy. I hope whatever it is that's got you down can quickly be left behind, and I hope things get better for you. Hope you have a good time in the stream today. Maybe some chill vibes will do you right. Sorry to hear that, though, bud. There's a Wikipedia page for Middle-earth. Sordland deserves its page. I mean, is it a Wikipedia page that pretends it's real, or is it like this is a video game, blah 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 blah. This is the fictional world, because like that kind of a page, I mean, should exist. I mean, these are all cultural artifacts, you know, so to speak, that should be preserved. I might sound crazy saying that, but it's true, right? And Wikipedia is a great kind of hub of that kind of stuff, especially when things are sourced. Lucian stood upright, holding a large folder of files under his arm. He bowed in acknowledgement. He looked exhausted. Oh, it was an update to Sarna's construction. Good stuff. Okay. Last session, the highway project also saw a little bit of progress. I didn't think it would take this long, I'll be honest. It's quite cool that it has, and I imagine it would have gone on faster had we picked a different agency or some different decisions along the way. I imagine we'd do a bit faster, do a bit better, I suppose. Wait, boost score. He's not doing bad. Did I miss something? Not doing too bad. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus. Like I said, I'm still waking up. This has been. I think I woke up like 25 minutes before the stream today. It's been a day. I read that backwards. Boost score. I apologize for that. Not doing too bad. I completely read I'm not doing too good. Maybe I'm projecting. No, I'm doing fine. Don't read into that sentence. Sorry. Against the river, there. I think my eyes played tricks on me. Sorry to hear that you're not doing very well. But I do hope your hope whatever it is doesn't get you down too much, buddy. Jesus. It's been I can't wait to share what's been up. Let's put it that way. The cabinet has gathered in the White Room, sir. The Vice President will be opening the session soon. We can go in whenever you're ready. Oh man. Does that mean I can just go home? Anything you want to say before we go in? Thank you, Lucy. You look tired. How are you holding up? I'm torn between 2 and 3. Let's go with 3. If we're not going to look after our people, then why should they look after us, right? It's nothing, sir. I'm ready and able as always. Good to know I need you at your full potential. I hope so. I can't have my team get worn out at a time like this. Are you sure you can be honest with me? We're going to stick with 3. I mean, he's obviously avoiding, right? He's obviously avoiding something. 2 is just like pretending like it's fine just so I can... in fact, 2 is arguably exploitative. 1 is like taking advantage of the opportunity he's given us to be naive. It's like, oh, okay, good, cool. Yeah, let's get going. You know, that's some nonsense. Are you sure you can be honest with me? I'm nothing if I'm not nice to the people I rely on, right? Can you wait for Warband 2 to release in 2023? Warband 2, or what? Wait, hold on. What am I missing here? Warband? Are you talking about like what? I'm not making the connection here, Saketh. My apologies. He's the sort who won't say much is wrong unless prompted. Yeah. Stiff upper lip and all that stuff as well. Exactly, totally. Like he definitely won't. He's not the sharing type. Let's put it that way. And I imagine we'd have to kind of like coax it out of him. I'm always honest with you, sir. I'll admit, this last year was tough, especially all that lobbying work, but it's nothing to break me down, sir. Trust me, I'm fine. He fixed his tie. All right, okay. You know, if he's going to insist. You can only poke and pry and all that so much. Natalie P. Don't worry, as soon as the wickedness kicks in, we'll be good. We'll be good. Sackett, that's no, that's got. You're joking about Warband 2. That's got to be an April Fool's joke or something, right? Marcus, how's it going, buddy? How is it going? My Friday's all right so far. Hope you have yourself a wonderful Friday as well. And yeah, Sackett, that's got to be an April Fool's joke. There's no way that was a real announcement. Is today the day I get assassinated? Probably. He fixed his tie. I tweeted a joke about getting like hung. I feel like it's coming. Anything you want to say before we go in? No, sir. Just keep your cool with the cabinet. I believe concerns will be raised in the meeting. Of course they will be. What concerns? Ooh. 1 seems a little aggressive. Like what are you saying? Should I be expecting something? As opposed to 2, which is like, okay, elaborate, question mark, you know? What concerns? Our failure of the reforms had a huge impact on public opinion, and also on some of the ministers from the looks of it. The party is quite discontent about the whole situation. They believe your presidency has destroyed the USP's prestige. If that's my legacy, then so be it. Like I said, blackjack, hookers, my own party, right? The economy doesn't look very good. Yeah, creative nickname. Well, that's part of the reason why we're desperately hoping that our conversation with Lesbia to the south goes well. We're able to recover. Now, the budget has been in a deficit for a while, and the economy has been poor for a while as well because of the aforementioned deficit in the budget. But it's been because we've been trying to develop things. So we've invested in stuff. We are seeing returns, just not financial returns, I suppose. So yeah. Yeah, we do have 2 projects in progress as well, so that will hopefully help the economy eventually. And knowing my luck, though, it'll all go terribly wrong. Theo, how's it going? Theo or Theo? I'm gonna guess Theo. Let me know though. Good morning. Hope you're having a good day, and feel free to correct me, please. In fact, please do. We need their trust. We have to do something to prove our capabilities. Let's go to the meeting and hear these concerns out. They don't even have the guts to face me. If the party doesn't fall in line, we must consider radical changes. I know which way ease would go, right? I think we all know which way ease would go if you've been, reading chat during the streams and whatnot, or while watching the VODs. I'm kind of tempted to go with number 3, actually. Partially because of what Sergio just said. Yeah, exactly. Like, they sabotaged the reforms, and now they have the gall to complain about it. And, like, some of them were definitely, I mean, look, it's either that it's, god damn it, we don't know exactly where it came from, but basically the reason why we know, or the reason why I say we were betrayed, is because, see, I was okay with if we lost I mean, as far as I can be, I was okay with if we lost the reform vote. It's like, fine, there were parties who were against us, there were people who were against us, fine, we failed. But what happened was people who had been with us, people who had signed on, and people who literally allowed that vote to even happen, then turned around and voted nay, which means they set us up for failure, right? They basically allowed us to get that far to make a spectacle out of it. And that, to me, that's crossed the line there, you know what I mean? There's ease. 3 is also your style, Dragonity? I'm feeling 3. Do it. You've tried being nice. Time for Dictator Elite. Have a little transition. I just hope that... Land of the... Wait, sorry, Saketh. What's that now? Wickles, you know what? I think you're right. And may it be the biggest bag. They don't even have the guts to face me. If the party doesn't fall in line, we must consider radical changes. Like I said previously during our, post-vote chat with Lucian and our vice president, maybe we form our own party. Might as well double down. Such radical changes towards the end of our term is not advised, sir. But we could talk about these in the meeting. He gestured at the door with the files he held. Okay, maybe I was thinking something differently to what he was thinking as far as radical change is concerned. Not exactly what I meant. I think we should go, sir. Mr. Vice President must have started the session already. It's a cold day in hell when our Vice President gets a meeting started before we're, before we're even, arrived. Lucien held the door for me, and we both left the office for the White Room. When we entered the room, Peter was speaking to the cabinet members, who were already seated around the table. As soon as they noticed me, they all stood up. Oh yeah, now you show your respect. Say nothing and watch the room. I'm not some weird, villainous, I don't know, cackling in the corner. No. Good day, everybody. Please have a seat. There's a conversation to be had. And if I recall correctly, we put forward some decisions that should outline exactly who betrayed us, or should allow us to figure out who betrayed us to a certain extent, right? Because we said that we should investigate, everybody should hand in a report or something like that. So hopefully that'll give us some idea as to what happened there. Peter turned towards me. Everybody except him took their seats. He stood right next to my chair in the middle. And here's our president, with a capital P, good sir. He held out my chair for me to sit down and smiled. Please. I sat down. I'll let Peter talk. He's in the middle of talking. Why interrupt him? Peter walked to his seat and spoke, still standing. Ladies and gentlemen, We're here to discuss our current status and plan the remainder of our term. I get some serious mutiny vibes right now, you know? I'm getting some serious, like, huh? Anybody else? Is that just me? Is it just me? Yeah, feel free to get real. It's just to ease this point. Politics is the only thing we try to keep out of chat and out of the Discord, especially stuff that can light fires, as it were. Betrayal time. Yeah, I'm getting some serious betrayal vibes from Peter. That smile has it's mainly me. Okay, maybe it is just me. My paranoia in the morning. That smile, the way he's talking. I don't know. I know that some of you have had your concerns about our style of governance so far. There will be a time to speak up about these in the meeting today. But I must also thank you all for your hard work so far. We're very lucky to have a team like this. All of you have been invaluable to this administration. Lilius grimaced at his remarks. Having said that, now we have reached a critical point of our term. We are nearing the end. We have worked long and hard, but we couldn't reform the Swordish constitution. Our organization was flawed. Our party was not united. The very parliament we control has denied us the reforms. Lucien and I have begun investigating who let us down at the vote when we needed them most. Gloria and the conservative wing of the party didn't back us up. Kisaro Kibner and the National Front MPs didn't like the proposal and voted against it. The Lothaber group led a massive lobbying effort against us in the assembly, which caused us to lose many votes. He paused and looked around the room. But the past is the past. We must now look towards our future. We are investigating and analyzing our faults. We will be taking measures accordingly. He glanced at both Lucien and me. I really quite like that it broke down exactly why we failed. That is a really cool way to like just let us know where we messed up, you know? Let us know like what we could do differently in a next playthrough to have maybe more success in passing the reforms. If that's what you want to do. That's a neat way to do it. Our party still remains divided. In order to look at the future, we may need to make some changes. On the other hand, the opposition is exploiting our failure to reform. The latest polls show a steep increase in the opposition support. So, let's start the meeting with a brief look at some reports. He fumbled with a stack of papers in front of him. It seems that the entire country hates you. Only the people in power. Only the people in power. Not seen that before. Which one, Jazzy? So centrists did back you. They didn't in one run because of a single decision I made in Chapter 1. Oh, that's interesting. Share it to me under spoiler tags in Discord. I'm curious. Flip to page 14, Natalie P. God, yeah, another wasted 100 pages printed in front of us. Yeah, I don't think the centrists did back me. I feel like they backstabbed me because of the lobbying. I think the people are probably... I don't know how... I couldn't tell you how the people exactly feel about me, but they're definitely going to be upset now that these didn't pass through. Because it gets attributed to the person in power, to the party in power. It's like they didn't manage to make the change. Well, we didn't get the support we needed from the parliament, but, you know, not everybody understands or knows or cares for the inner workings of governance. You know, we'll deal. I think most of the public is okay with us, though. We've done some good stuff for the public. Public opinion has shrunk recently, but I think in the past we did some good stuff. I think. Because, like, yeah, Peter literally just said the public opinion has shrunk since we took office. Interesting. Since we took office or since the recent events? You'd think that people would be a bit more happy about some of the tax reforms and some of the, some of the education and healthcare stuff. But hey, I guess not. Sorry. With the latest developments, we've seen a decrease in our popularity. The public opinion has shrunk since we took office. He took out a piece of paper from the stack and inspected it. A major concern of the people is the state of our economy. We are slowly slipping into a depression. Yeah, okay, I guess that's fair. For all the good we've done, we've also had some issues which will hopefully turn around soon. This will have dire consequences for our administration. We mustn't lose hope and give it our best. Sordland needs us more than ever. Peter turned to me. I'll give the word to the president now. He sat down. Mr. Vice President, thank you for the opening. I should have clapped, maybe. Well, actually, that's not something worthy of applause. You don't clap anytime someone finishes talking. Everyone's eyes are focused on me. First, I want to hear brief reports from each ministry. Let them have the first word so that I can have the last, hopefully. Peter gestured at Simon, and he immediately stood up. Mr. President, dear colleagues, I need to close the window here. It's getting really loud outside. My apologies, folks, if some of those sounds are coming through, but I just gotta really quickly close the window here. Give me a sec. And we're back. All right. Mr. Vice President was pretty on point with his summary of the current economic status. He also used the word depression. He couldn't have been more correct. Our GDP has shrunk by 3% last year. This downward trend has broken our economy over the last years. If we cannot contain this in time, we will end our term, in the truest of senses of the word, in a depression. Our debt is also very concerning. Our total national debt has increased by about 20 billion Sordish ren. On the other hand, unemployment has greatly declined. We have managed to cut it from 16% to 12%. We're estimating a further decrease in the near future. See, why aren't we talking about this a bit more? Why aren't we talking about why are we like, yeah, let's start the meeting with this conversation. That's good. A 4% reduction in unemployment, that's good. Party Elite audiobook. Doing all the voices and everything. That'd be an interesting time. It sounded like you slapped the window. Yeah, it has a really loud pop when it closes. Simon, you're making me depressed about the depression. Yeah, honestly, right? But hey, at least, yeah, he knows how to, he like gets you with like 2 like mean punches, well 3 I guess mean punches, and then a bit of a reprieve. You know, I was like, hey, we did this thing good though, so you know that's something we did right. Francois, how's it going, buddy? Hope you're having a good Friday. He paused for a moment. He paused for a moment. I could stay silent and let him keep going. Like, I asked for reports. I don't think I've heard enough. Yes, it's terrible. I assume there's more to it. It didn't say he stopped, he sat down. He paused for a moment. So I think I'll stay silent and just hear him out. End on a good note, says Classified. I mean, yeah, quit while you're ahead, right? But when we're done with his report, we'll move on to other ones, so I think it's only going to go downhill, I'll be completely honest. Stay silent. I waited for him to speak. Well, one major concern is our nationalization decision. Our expenses have increased, and it did not send a very positive signal to the market. I believe this will have a negative effect on our growth. Also, I have to say that the failure to open our first infrastructure project was costly, but we expect to see it finished in the next months. You know what? Yeah, this tells me that you can definitely finish the highway project a lot sooner in the game, which is, again, I like how these, in the first stream, I believe, way back in December, I'd said, what I love is how decisions you make will come back, you know, months from, like in-game months from when you make those decisions. They're like tracked, and it's just like this loose thread that comes back in and ties things up. I love that about this game. It's so like, so, I don't know, integrated. It's very well thought out, is the way to put it. Destroy the market, nationalize everything. Yeah, exactly. Just like make it an even worse situation for the next administration. It's like, let's see how you do with this situation, buddy. Bring the country back on track and your Friday will be even better. Oh no, Francois. Oh no. That's a lot of pressure. All right. But apart from all that, I'll finish with an update on our latest project. The manager reported that everything is going well and very fast with the Sarna agricultural zone. Okay, some good news. I'll keep it brief for the sake of the whole meeting and in my report on that note. You know what? Hey, we managed to end on a high note, at least with Mr. Hall here. So, your concerns have been heard. Seems like a little awkwardly worded, but it has the right sentiment, I think. Gus stood up as soon as Simon sat down. Gus Manger. I will also keep it very brief, Mr. President. The trade deal with Welland increased our agricultural exports from the Bergia region. Our farmers are still suffering. Our ministry did its best by giving out subsidies to local farmers, but our agricultural production remains the same. We've only recorded some development in the Agenland region, but our farmers in Gelsland and Bergia are still suffering. That would be all for me. Okay, that's interesting. I wonder what decisions I could have done differently to get different results here. This is I'm enjoying this quite a bit in terms of like a bit of a summary of what went wrong. The shortest way of telling me what went wrong is just say everything and underline it twice, bold, italicized, 20-point font. But this is a cool breakdown. I'm very curious what we could have done to avoid this, though. I think, well, yeah, Jazzy, I think like between the highway and the agricultural zone in Sarna, I think we'll see some improvements not just in Bergia, but also even more in Agenland, right? Because that's what the highway project was partly about. That was very cool. This is very cool. I like this. Will we start this again to try and perfect our decisions? Well, when this run comes to an end, I have an important decision to make at that point. I'll probably throw out a vote or something, because again, Suzerain was supposed to be one stream, and out of nowhere, Fridays have become the third stream day every day for the last however many weeks. I guess 16 weeks it'll be as of today. So 16 or so weeks. So I have to figure out my scheduling. I also have to figure out people's interest levels. I know there's at least a few of you who are interested in seeing a sort of a tyrannical run. That would be fun. We do a poll. Yeah, we do a little vote or something. I get people's opinions. That we'd probably do. Again, we want to wait until this run is over first. We'll see when that is, what's happening at that time, and I'll probably do a poll or something in the Discord is probably where I'd organize that. So again, a good reason to be in the Discord is because I might do a community post as well, but YouTube doesn't send out updates to people, notifications to people about community posts. So that's a good reason to hop on to what's the word I'm looking for, to Discord as well. A good place to hang out with some fine folks, but also to like share your opinions and whatnot. P is not a min-maxer, so not sure any game is set for a perfect run. Yeah, exactly. Like I don't mind failure if it's if the road has been fun, so to speak. You know what I mean? I don't mind things going horribly wrong if it's been fun making them go horribly wrong. I don't know if I do a pre-recorded run. I kind of like hanging out in the live experience of this game and just seeing everyone's reaction in chat and stuff. Creative nickname. I don't know. And there's that Discord link, Wickles. Thank you very much in chat. Yo, yeah, classified. That honestly, I'm a little sad that run is over, but it was a blast, absolutely. All right, moving on then. That was it. He said he'd keep it short. These are the important salient points. Sure, thank you, Mr. Manger, which is how I presume his name is said. Next up was Pascal. Oh dear. I'm not gonna make a pressure joke. Mr. President, there are currently no major problems within the Ministry of Health. We are currently investigating some reports of a small polio outbreak around a village called Hamir. I believe we can get into more details in our policy meeting. Nice, that was actually pretty good. Ironically, no pressure. These reports keep getting shorter. I think, yeah, let's call this it's getting kind of silly. It's like, we're not in a rush here, folks. Like, do you have somewhere to be? You have like a dinner date or something? I need some more information. Yosef stepped up. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Pascal is nice. He is nice. The game is all about compromise and not being able to do everything you want to and picking your battles. Yeah, I thought I picked my battles, but I guess not. I thought I made some friends. It seems that I made none. But hey, you know what? C'est la vie. The Ministry of Defense has a very important report regarding our situation with Rumburg. The investigations showed that Rumburg was in fact weaponizing rebels against our state. We have learned that they have been aiding the Blutish rebels in Welland too. Our military must stand ready for any possible attack coming from Rumburg. We have gathered intelligence regarding their military research and production. They are building a massive army. Our military forces don't have the budget to prepare against such a force. We cannot let them threaten us like this. I don't think we should escalate. Let's refrain from sending them a response. We should bring our military forces closer with Agnolia, make the necessary arrangements, Mr. Lancea. We'll have to use whatever we have to its limits. 1 or 3? I'm kind of torn. I feel like 3 is the I feel like 3 is like a reasonable response, like, oh yeah, we should work with our military allies. But I also feel like 1 is like, Mr. Lancea, do what you think is right. And if that includes, you know, working closely with our allies or training people differently, well, like whatever that includes, you decide. As opposed to 3, since we have the alliance, is that the only way to like tap into the alliance, Jazzy B? You can tell me that. I wouldn't consider that a spoiler, because if I want to make sure that we tap into it, because we went out of our way to make that alliance happen for this very reason. So I don't want to say something, I don't want to say 1 and he thinks the necessary arrangements don't include working with our allies, you know what I mean? JHD, I can't say the full name there, obviously. I would say 1. Okay. No, don't worry. I think 3 definitely includes the alliance. My concern is that 1 doesn't. But Jazzy's saying, don't worry. Okay. Netus is saying, happy general. I imagine both would make him happy. You can fix your farming issue with a better polio outbreak, just saying. I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, I guess. Seeing a couple calls for 1. Let me know, chat. Let me know real quick. I'm going to have another sip of water. Losing my voice a lot today. This is Not too many opinions here, I see. This has been a wild ride, so I guess the real national pride was the laughs we had along the way, Avra. Good stuff. Make the necessary arrangements, Mr. Lancea. We'll have to use whatever we have to its limits. I feel like... a lot of back and forth. A lot of 3s and 1s. 1 is... so, yes, 1 might be common sense app, but it's about making this guy feel a little bit better. Making him feel like he has maybe more power, I guess. I see a couple calls for 3. I think I see more calls for 3, though. Sure. I mean, again, I'm fine either way. I would hope they kind of go hand in hand. Oh, now I'm seeing the 1s come in. It's funny how this works. You know what? I think I've antagonized this guy enough. I think I need to work on my relationship with him. Fine, I'll massage that ego. When you put it like that, yeah. Make the necessary arrangements. We'll have to use whatever we have to its limits. One of the things we have is our alliance, so I hope that's obvious. I hope. 1 feels like war. I think war is inevitable. Of course, sir. David stood up. I hope that includes our military alliance, man. Mr. President, Perla has agreed to begin deal negotiations. We'll be moving on with that very soon. I'm still having a conversation about the military situation. Well, am I not? Our relations with Agnolia have greatly improved. Our ministries have scheduled many joint projects together. Cooperation between Welland and Sordland has increased to a new level. However, we are seeing its negative impact with Lesbia. Damn it. The region is very unstable. With the incidents at Rumburg, Welland, and Helgeland, we must be very cautious. We can talk in more detail at our foreign policy meeting. Okay, your concerns have been heard. Ciara was next. Our ministry is working day and night to improve our education system and increase its accessibility. We have since greatly improved our rural education, building new schools and bringing new equipment and books. We've accomplished a lot with our new curriculum. Our reforms will be greatly improving our output as a society. Lilia suddenly stood up. Mr. President, we have important equipment missing from several of our major police departments. We might need to implement some new measures soon. We will provide you with a more detailed report at a later date. What is this? Is this, like, these guys are all, like, just, like, rapid-fire reports here? What the hell, man? Just rapid-fire reports. It's like, hey, give me some time to process and respond to one person before... Oh, my God. Oh, my God, Natalie, that's excellent. Make the necessary arrangements. Jazzy B. David is our best whiskey. Certainly seems to be. Laksha is convinced we're going to be assassinated this week. Alright, let's see. Yeah, whack-a-mole reports. That's a good way to put it. It's like, Jesus, calm down, folks. I got to actually process the information. One last thing. I would like to transfer the gendarmerie under the Ministry of Interior to improve the internal security efforts. Of course you would like that. I'm gonna say I haven't heard of this before. I'm not going to. Yosef is in the room, so if he has an opinion, he can share it. I haven't heard of this before. I'm still working on the proposal and have legal backing for it. I was going to mention it later. That sounds like a coup in the making. The Ministry of Defense shouldn't be meddling with internal security affairs to the gendarmerie. We had several incidents where they were too violent too quickly, and it stems from military officers giving reckless orders at times. I was hoping Yosef would chime in himself. They've been interrupting each other, for the last 10 minutes. Why not now, Yosef? Why not now? The military is always a little too harsh. Antagonize the man right after we massage his ego. It's like it's like an abusive relationship. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's like give him a couple of compliments so I can beat him down later. It's terrible. That went dark. Well, if the I meant emotionally, but I see my word choice could be a lot worse than what I meant. Last meeting done. Weekend nearly here. Sounds good. Ease. Turn off teams. Remember, turn off teams. Jazzy B dropping his "Here we go." Oh no. I'm not so sure how this would help. I don't feel very convinced that... Remember, and just as a reminder, because I see Wickles calling for us to stub the toe, remember that of everyone we've spoken to, I think Lilias is the only one who has had this treatment. She might be corrupt, let's not forget. We have reason to believe that she is quite corrupt, actually. We have made decisions that have antagonized her in the past, not because, we don't like her character or personality or anything like that, but because she has asked for things that we think are inappropriate, I guess, for lack of a better word. Like she's been somewhat problematic at times, especially lately. So this makes me very nervous. It'll be rough, but a necessary change. I just worry about what would Yosef say? 2 is a non-committal thing. 3 is like, well, okay, give me more information before I can make a decision, right? Right? I'm not gonna say 1 only because it'll antagonize the military a bit more. I don't necessarily need that to get out. All right, let's go with 2. Let's go with that. Oh, and then chat comes in. No, I think I'll go with 2. It seems like that middle ground. Okay, wow, many. Every time I say that, more 3s pop up. Careful giving power or not making accountable the military abuse of power. No, for sure. But we have to be careful about how and when we call it out and for what, to what ends, right? Man, it's just 3 is... I just don't know which one will egg on more conversation. 3 could shut her down. 2 could shut her down. No need to spam, Nedas. No need to spam. I see it. Put it once, I see it. Makes it a lot easier for me as well to see Nedas against the river. No need to drop multiple times the same number. I will time out the next person who puts down the same number as before. All right. I don't think my warning came through in time for it to count for those. But guys, stop spamming the same number over and over again. It does not help me make a decision. In fact, it makes my life a lot harder when I'm looking at chat quickly. Please. There's a separate conversation that develops, so don't worry for now. All right. I'm gonna go with 2 with that. I'm gonna go with 2. Well, the security situation gets more problematic than it might be necessary. It's non-committal. I think it's fair. It's down the middle. I think it's fair. And non-committal, I think, is what I need right now. I need to be listening, not talking, as they say. It will eventually cause a problem between our forces. There are already miscommunications going on. Oh, that's a problem. I think 1 was better, says Sergio. I'm just a little worried about antagonizing the military, like I was saying. 3 seems like a slight attack. It did a little bit. That's why I think it was 1 was an attack against the military, 3 was an attack against Lilias's plans, and 2 was kind of down the middle and non-committal. But it looks like she's asking for a commitment right now. Will you transfer the gendarmerie to the interior in the future? Yosef, why don't you chime in, buddy? And besides, I have reason to believe Lilius didn't support me when I needed her support. I can't make that promise. Yosef would be furious, and that's not the only reason, but I can't make that promise. That is unfortunate. Lilius smiled faintly. I don't trust. Yosef isn't there. He's right here. It doesn't say he left the room or anything. And I'd be shocked if he just walked away from this meeting. So, no, he's very much here. Unless the text just doesn't say that he left. I wish he'd said something. I would love to have I would have loved to have heard his opinion. Yeah, he did just speak. Yeah. Antagonizing the military seems like a sure way to stop being in charge. Ain't that the truth? But I mean, she's also no small fry either. Ministry of Defense, right? It's not. This game really likes to kick you around, right? Thank you for your reports. Do you have anything to share, Mrs. Morgna? Yeah. What? Yeah. What you? Nia shook her head. My Minister of Justice has nothing to share. Not at this moment, Mr. President. You're already well aware of what's going on. I will update you on our next steps in the judiciary in another meeting. You don't have to talk to me about the anti-corruption police, but you received a budget for other stuff as well. How's all that going? But I understand. But also thank you? I understand, I guess. Nia took her seat. Alright, next I want to talk about our new focus and some of our plans moving forward. Some of my plans moving forward, I suppose. Oh dear. Here we go. Why did she smile? Oh, you know, that fake smile. Surely you've been on the receiving end of a snake file. Wow, a fake smile or two from time to time. Is romance blooming in the conference room? Natalie, please tell me that's a Metal Gear Solid reference. I'd be so happy. Someone disliked the stream. Yeah, they're welcome to give me their feedback. But folks, we've got over 60 people watching. We've been over 50 for a little while. If you're enjoying the streams, if you'd like to see the stories continue, do not hesitate to leave an additional like and let me know. Again, if you're watching live or the VODs, the likes, the comments, chat, it all really helps you kind of figure out what people are interested in on the channel and helps you make decisions. So, smack that like button like my presidency is getting smacked around right now. And let me know you're interested. BM, how's it going, buddy? The elusive Smake file. God damn it. Smake file. That was a weird slip of the tongue. Yeah, it kind of was. All right, cool. I love a good Metal Gear Solid reference. Any day of the week, any time of the day. Probably one of my favorite game series, Metal Gear Solid. Snake file. Oh my god. It's time to focus on changing our party as a whole. I'll add a new vision in our manifesto. The public opinion is concerning. We must focus on campaigning for the next election already. The state of our economy is very concerning. It must be our focus to achieve quick economic development. Interesting. So I think that 3 is the way to go here. I think 1 is going to be met with so much pushback that you might as well not do it. It's not just fighting an uphill struggle, it's trying to, you're trying to climb a sheer cliff to get to the top of a mesa, that pierces the clouds. I don't think 1 is going to happen. Everyone's going to be against us. It's basically what we tried to do. 1 is what we kind of tried to do with the constitutional reforms, and we had very clear opposition. My faith in the party is near 0. I think there's 20 people who will be with us, and half of those people are our immediate sort of closest few people, you know what I mean? So 1 is out of the question because we will not make progress. I think it's just beating our head against a stone wall. Public opinion is concerning, yes, but campaigning, words, I mean, propaganda is a powerful tool, and it should never be discounted. The power of campaigning is immense and tremendous, but I feel like people have been seeing our campaigning for so long. They've been seeing us, say oh, we'll do this, we'll do that. And while we've managed to succeed on some promises, and in fact, these reports have pointed out that we were successful in some things, by and large, I don't think campaigning is going to make a difference. It'll be like, these are just hollow words. We saw what happened. You couldn't even make the reforms happen, I feel like 3 is the way to go. The state of our economy is very concerning. It has been for a while. We should aim to achieve quick economic development, and that will then, in turn, I think, help the people go, oh, you know what? They were able to recover, so maybe things are not so bad. First impressions matter, but last impressions last. So I feel like 3 will kind of have this domino effect and impact public opinion more than campaigning ever could. Simperius, how's it going? Just a quick check-in. We'll start working soon. Sounds good, buddy. Thanks for dropping by. I hope you're having a good start to your Friday. Hope you have a good Friday ahead of you, and I hope you have a good weekend ahead of you as well if I don't catch you before the end of the stream. But thanks for dropping by, buddy. People's opinion for next term can be dealt with now. Well, the thing is, as a little aside as well, I don't necessarily want the people to like the USP anymore. If we are truly planning on starting our own party, right? If we don't fix the economy, we'll be unable to win. That's not like I would go so far as to say like, yeah, that's not even a spoiler. We're so far in the hole. This is a problem. So I think 3 is the way to go. The state of our economy is very concerning. It must be our focus to achieve quick economic development. Everything rests on the shoulders of the economy. Simon nodded in agreement. Sordland needs to become an economic powerhouse. Okay. When you're dreaming, it's good to dream big. We can't get elected if we do not improve the economy. We should focus on eliminating poverty and homelessness. Okay. An interesting set of decisions. I feel like 2 opens the floor. Oh, I see what you're saying, Avaron. Right. I think 2 is what we need to say. 1 and 3 are both like saying, here's what we do. 2 is delegating. Yes, we're the president, but we don't have, we might have, we have a lot of power, sure, but you delegate to your ministers, you get informed by your ministers, and that's how you, that's the way to go about it, right? I think we should go with 2 there. Hopefully this implies delegating to our ministers to figure out how to improve the economy. Hopefully. Almost everybody seemed to be in agreement with me. Hey, wow, that would have been great during the vote. If there are no comments, let's move on with the meeting. I guess we made the quote-unquote right decision there. Don't get 3, you need to have a budget of 1. Oh, we definitely need a budget. Not just not budget. What will the party be called? Will it be the elite party or the party party? Tough. I'm sure our vice president would like it to be called the party party. But yeah, 2 has got the backing of our party, so that's promising at least. I believe that's everything. Oh, nice. Everybody packed up and left the White Room. I went back to my office. Carl Greaser was waiting for me by the door. Mr. President, can I have a moment of your time? I have something to discuss. Of course, let's go inside the office, so you can assassinate me in relative peace. We entered my office. I went up to my desk and sat down on my chair. Please, have a seat, Carl. Thank you, sir, but I'm fine. I will not take long. The Anti-Corruption Police has compiled a report regarding the active investigations. We have been watching the old guard closely, just as you asked, and found a very complex web of connections. See, I needed this before the vote is the thing. Natalie and Jazzy B. At least the shade of red doesn't darken as we fall deeper into the hole. Would it darken or would it brighten? Because see, when you're in the black, that means you're in the positive when it comes to numbers and whatnot, right? Like finances. So if the red darkens as it gets worse, that means it's getting closer to black. If anything, it should get redder as it worsens, right? More the color of my blood that'll be on the ground and whatnot, right? I don't know. Oh my God, Party Elite's party and the conferences will be the Peep Show? Is that a Peep Show reference? Man, the references in chat today, or the ones that I assume are happening. All right, let's see what we can expose over here. A very complex web of connections. Do tell. Have a seat. How can you say this will not take long? There are missing links in our investigations, but the old guard seems to be involved in huge cases of corruption and lobbying. Most of the connections linked to Chief Justice Hawker. Despite none of the members of Assembly having direct ties with him, there seems to be a complex web of connections that is proving very difficult to track. Was complex web of connections the phrase of the day on your calendar, Carl? Because, please, stop it now. We also have another suspicion. Our findings led us to believe there is an ongoing cooperation between the Young Swords organization and the Old Guard. Oh, come on now. Is anyone surprised? While this is huge, it is very difficult to create a solid case at the moment, and the Justice of the Court has immunity before the law. I don't see how we can take them down legally. If we decide to make a case, we can arrest most of their connections in the Assembly. However, there is probably more to this than we had imagined. Let's drop the investigation for now. We don't need it anymore. No, this is huge. If I die, if my legacy is a recovered economy and the Old Guard removed, that's not a bad legacy. Kill them all, says Ease. Carl is the king of stating the obvious. Yeah, it feels like a little bit. Peep Show is fantastic. If anybody hasn't seen Peep Show, check it out if you can. If you're in Canada, at least, it's on Amazon Prime. Peep Show is well worth the watch. They are probably my favorite comedy duo. Black Books. Oh, Black Books is also great. Sorry, I'm not getting distracted by... Sorry. No, we're going to proceed with the case. As long as we hurt them, the court doesn't matter. Yeah, you know what? This institution of corruption cannot be allowed to survive my term. Perhaps my only term. Yes, sir. I will give you an update soon. I will also send you the detailed report of our previous findings. Thank you for your time. I'll be waiting. Thank you, Carl. He bowed his head and left the office. A lot more bowing lately. The last 2.5 years had gone by so fast. It's been 2.5 years. That is wild. I assume it is a 4-year term. I know some countries have 5-year terms. I assume this is a 4-year term just based on the language and the timeline we're in right now, the time frame that's gone by. But wow, 2.5 years, eh? 2.5 years. All right, what's going on at Antel? Whistleblower agent report. All right. Agent Hailstone has revealed intelligence about a secret nuclear weapons program developed in Rumburg. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Our intelligence has verified the details relayed about a heavy water facility in the north of the kingdom and a ballistic missile test site. The agent will be provided security under the protection program and will be given resources to transfer further intelligence to our units. So, okay, this is really cool for a lot of reasons. There's a very interesting history of secret nuclear weapons development around the world that I've always found rather fascinating. Underground test sites and, hearing or like sensing explosions and whatnot, and then using that to extrapolate information about nuclear facilities and whatnot before it was all kind of well known and before it became kind of, I don't know, before nuclear weapons became, I guess, mainstream. Is that the phrase to use? God, it feels weird. But it would be around this time, 50s, 60s, 70s, I think, was when a lot of that kind of stuff was happening. And there's some really cool history. So this is it's kind of neat to see this this development. It's also terrifying. This is also the era where launching a nuke wasn't such a far off thought, right? Like, well, that's interesting. Antel requests aid. Due to the recent crash, the number of unemployed citizens from the city of Antel has increased up to 35.23% of the population. The reason for this is that more than 31.53% of its population traveled to the nearby city of Conriat and Halsort for work. The crash has left most companies and shops closed down. The streets of Antel is now filled with homeless families, and the crime rate has increased twice since. Oh man, that is bad. Bad. Not good. What's the deal down over here? Boren inflation report. Inflation's still bad. It sounds like a news headline from like this generation, like the late 2010s onwards. This just in, inflation bad. I get what they're saying, but there have been reports of a lack of daily supplies in the city of Boren. Citizens in the city are dying of hunger or are lacking necessary supplies. The mayor of Boren reported that people are buying and hoarding goods before the Swordishran loses any more value. Unfortunately, their action has only made the situation worse. This is not good. I feel like we're staring a second crash dead in the eye, you know? We really could use some of these projects right about now. Right about yesterday, in fact. What's the deal here? Gang violence diminished. Hey, silver lining. How bad is the inflation? Like, go to its room bad? Yeah, probably. If it's possible, heavy water reactors can produce... Oh, okay, we're talking about... I was like, why are we talking about heavy water? Right, of course. If it's a choice between assassination versus nuked, I don't know. I mean, I guess I would take assassination because at least that saves the people from the suffering, right? 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 Yeah, like stuff like papers not being published anymore has in the past revealed, like, oh, hey, why are they no longer sharing what they're learning about this certain technology? Oh dear, have they found a way to weaponize it? Like, there's some really interesting historical stuff when it comes to the development of like nukes around the world. Terrifying, but interesting. Like like a lot of military history, I suppose. The police chief of Estar reported that the local police forces have finally eliminated one of the biggest money-making schemes of the Cornelli. According to the report, over the last month, 40 mob members have been arrested along with 3 high-ranking members of the Cornelli. All right, well, that's good. At least something positive has come out of this situation. Hall Sword, what's next? Address to the nation speech. Oh dear, another one. Assassination is personal, nuke is just meh. Yeah, I think I would rather get assassinated than be nuked. Oh my god, classified. God damn it. Lucid and I walked into my office in the Maroon Palace to make my address to the nation speech. It was unusually crowded today. Cameras, lights, and microphones were set in place, and the crew was standing by, ready to start filming. Are you ready, sir? I guess. I'm always ready. You gotta show confidence. Strength. Good. I think the crew is ready. As soon as you take your seat, we can go live. I took my seat and rearranged my notes on the desk as a crew member powdered my face with a cotton puff. After everybody was ready, the director gave the sign to start filming. I looked directly into the camera. Another fun little fact, I forget which election it was, but there was an American presidential election many years ago now. It had one of the first televised debates, and of the 2 candidates, one refused to have their face powdered because they're like, well, I'm a man, I'm not going to wear makeup. And so the reason why you powder a face when you're on stage or when you're about to be filmed or what have you is because the sweat doesn't, you don't get, the sweat shine doesn't show up on camera if you're powdered. And so this guy, I forget the names, but he refused to be powdered, and so he looked like a sweaty mess, and it cost him the election. Was it Nixon 1960? Kennedy Nixon, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't remember what it was, who the pair were. Nixon refuses the powder. Gotcha. Thank you. I appreciate the quick insight there. But yeah. I find that a fascinating piece of news. It's like he's just like, you can't powder my face. I'm a man. Yeah, just a man now. No longer, not the president though. But yeah, it's a little fun fact of history there for you. I always found that pretty interesting. All right, I look directly into the camera. This music, man. Brothers and sisters. I sorted the election on the winds of change that was desperately sought and called for by you, the people of Sordland, or I'd like to speak about the events of the past months, about a great historic effort to give the words freedom, fairness, and hope new meaning and power. Ooh. Ho, dear. Huh. Yeah, Nettis, please, no spoilers, please. I don't want to know what potential endings there are. I don't want to know what decisions make a difference. I'd like to experience them as they happen, so please no spoilers. Would appreciate it. Sergio, the first half of that comment threw me off, not gonna lie. I'd like to speak about the events of the past months, about a great historic effort to give the words freedom, fairness, and hope new meaning and power. That or I swore to election on the winds of change. Change that we desperately sought and called for by you, the people of Sordland. I feel like, oh man, this is a tough one. This is a tough one. I'm sweating. Oh dear. Reframe our failures and turn into a greater call for change. That's kind of, I'm kind of leaning towards that, Ted, and I see Ren K1124 is kind of leaning that way as well. Huh. Yeah, let's go with 2. I feel like 1 is a little self-aggrandizing, and I think right now, being self-aggrandizing is definitely not the right call. Sword to election on the winds of change. And I guess, yeah, it is putting word in people's mouths. Oh, it's kind of funny to see Ren K1124 and Ease have the 2 different opinions on that same thing. I feel like 2 is the way to go here. We're gonna go with 2. I'd like to speak about the events of the past months, about a great historic effort to give the words freedom, fairness, and hope new meaning and power. The moment I was sworn in, I've done nothing but fight to achieve the change you demanded. See, I had a feeling there'd be still an opportunity to tie it to the people. I took office with a plan to dismantle Sordland's ancient government structure and replace it with one that met the needs of the modern country we are today. I began my term with one goal, to transform Sordland into a modern democracy. Kind of torn between 1 and 3. 2 sounds, I can see older voters and whatnot taking offense to 2. What do you mean, ancient government? We're fine, we don't need to modern, you know what I'm talking about, right? I feel like 1 and 3 are our ways to go. Oh my god, Thomas, that's that's an interesting alternate history TV show, maybe. 1, they've schemed against me from the get-go. I just wonder about publicly antagonizing my party at the end of the term. And I feel like 3 would still allow us to do that as well. Done nothing but fight to achieve the change you demanded. You know what? Yeah, okay. Maybe we I like that second half. Sure, let's do that. Because I think modern democracy might also throw people off. I don't know. Very, very worried about the word transform and modern. Worried about what that does with our voters. From the moment I was sworn in, I've done nothing but fight to achieve the change you demanded. We'll see how that plays out. However, due to circumstances beyond my control, my plans were thwarted. Alas, my vision was too grand for the narrow scope of our current assembly. Oh, okay. Okay, pulling out the big guns, eh? Huh. I'm kind of tempted to call... Oh, hot damn. I am kind of tempted to go with 2. See, because... dethrone everyone. I need more tea to handle the suspense, Natalie. Let me just spit in the Assembly's collective face. I like 2, the press will be talking about that burn for days. Yeah, call them out. Yeah, I feel like it's like saying enough. That's basically it. I'm glad to see everyone's on board with that. Yeah, I feel like... Because, like, 1 is, like, dallying. 1 is like, oh, you know, there were things that were not in my control. And then 2 is just like, I had plans. I had great plans for this country. But all the other parties stopped me. Remember that Friends Richter made a relatively public speech to the entire assembly against us. 2 can play at that game. Let's call them out. We have little to lose. True that. Alas, my vision was too grand for the narrow scope of our current assembly. If assembly members had their way, Tarkin Sol's constitution would last until the end of time. The assembly could not conceive of a Sordland in which minority voices were represented and amplified. Oh, okay. These are interesting decisions. See, the country does have many Solists. The country does have people who support Tarkin Sol, and seeing Tarkin Sol's name tarnished further might make them upset. But we also have... Wickles, I love it. I love that energy. I'm thinking 2 here is the way to go. I feel like 1 is going to... I think if we bring up Saul's name, we're digging our own hole here. I think we should avoid bringing up Saul. We've already been seen as anti-Saulist, and those that have been paying attention to the news and my actions will know that. I don't think we need to bring up his name. I think the Assembly could not conceive of a Sordland in which minority voices were represented and amplified. This will upset some people as well, but the people that will be upset by me saying this already aren't going to be voting for me, for sure. You know what I mean? Like, my decisions have already... upset the people that'll be upset by 2, I would say. So let's go with 2 here. The Assembly could not conceive of a Sordland in which minority voices were represented and amplified. And so they spitefully acted against me, putting their own pettiness before the needs of this country. Oh man, hot damn. It's like Carthage up in here, yo. I was like, just keep pouring that salt. They stubbornly clung to Sordland's past, knowing it would cost us the country's future, and so they struck down my reforms with the help of Saul himself. Again, we're going to keep Saul's name out of our mouth right now. 1 and 2. All right. Interesting. Saul doesn't deserve to be mentioned. I love it. You know what? I love that. Yeah, you know what? He's not even a blip on our radar. Doesn't deserve to be mentioned. I like it. Wickles canceling Saul confirmed. More salt. Dear Lord. Oh man. This will definitely rile people up. And so they spitefully acted against me, putting their own pettiness before the needs of this country. The reason why I didn't want to do 2 is because it would make people who are okay with some of the traditional elements feel ostracized. Again, comparing the old against the new and whatnot, as opposed to the needs or the future. I don't want to talk about, like, the old ways. You know what I mean? It's that, trying to strike that balance. Who knows what difference it makes? But I will tell you this. I am not done fighting for you. People of Sordland, Anton Rain will not let himself be so easily cowed. Oh, cowed? Cowed, I assume. They may have defeated me, but they will never defeat the Sword of Spirit. Whoa, going Braveheart over here? They're gonna cut out my heart and eventually toss it at the enemy. I think 1. I think 1 is the way to go. CJ, how's it going, buddy? Having a good day, I hope. Let the salty rain wash away the old guard. The kids rub the defeat in your face. You are bitter and now taking it out at the job. It's like the opposite of what typically happens. Oh, so many calls for 1. Never surrender. Hell yeah, baby. I am there for the people. Always have been. Always will be. But I will tell you this. I am not done fighting for you. Historians shall look upon this as but a minor hurdle in Sordland's path to greatness. Alright. It is time to put the setback behind us and focus on the challenges ahead. I've not given up on my commitment to equality and justice. Okay, so 1 once more sounds self-aggrandizing. A little nervous about that, but it sounds a bit cooler this time around. So, you know, it's got the cool points. 2, I don't want to mention the setback. We remember the setback. It happened yesterday, basically. So maybe we avoid 2. And 3 is also good. That commitment angle. But I've already kind of said, like, I'm not done. Equality and justice. Those are good buzzwords, right? That's good marketing, right? Yeah, I feel like 3. Temper the, you know, fire a little bit, right? Ease. Screw equality and justice. No, this is for equality and justice for the people, not for members of the assembly and all that stuff. For the regular people. The regular people. Minor hurdle. I'm gonna go with 3. I think I've not given up on my commitment to equality and justice. Right, like, not done fighting for you. I have not given up on my commitment to equality and justice. It feels like we're backing up that statement. The future is in our hands. The future lies in the democratic movement of the West. The future lies in the socialist movement of the East. All right, well, neither of those 2 options. The future is in our hands. You guys raised some good points for the other options. 10 hours of walking, CJ. A hot damn. I love a good walk, but that is a lot. Hope you're having a good rest, buddy. Ease wants equality for the assembly because I am the assembly, dude. That's such a good characterization. I goddamn love it. The future is in our hands. With or without the assembly's support, there is no end to what we can achieve. And with the forces of law and order on our side, there is no end to what we can achieve. Ooh, that's... Huh. That seems... I don't know how comfortable I am with number 2. With the forces of law and order on our side. I don't, like... I feel like one... I feel like one... Or at least 2, maybe, ministries will take issue with that. Oh, I see, Ease. I see the angle there. You want the military... I was thinking this was, police and whatnot. I feel like both of these are implying, that we would do this by any means necessary. With or without the assembly's support. In a democracy, you don't really do that kind of stuff without the assembly's support. You know what I mean? Every time I hear Law and Order, I hear the TV show sound. Yeah. Oh, now I will too. Great. Without having support, we'll make the military turn on you. True. Yeah, I didn't think about the military angle. Huh. You know what? Yeah, maybe I should go with 2. You guys raised some good points. And then Ease has to come in there with the screw democracy. That's for the week. You know what? Let's I think if we do 2, 1 sounds I love chat because of this stuff especially. It's like, to me, 1 sounds like the tyrant's words. But some of you maybe feel that 2 sounds more like indicating a coup or whatnot. I find that interesting. To me, 1 sounds like the assembly, the parliament. Parliament doesn't matter. I matter, or we matter, whatever that means. You know. Whereas 2, I can see it's just like, yeah, with armed forces on our side, we can do whatever we want. All right, let's go. 1 is a lie, but 2 is too truthful. So go with 1. I like that, K. Percy. Think the Supreme Justice will like the idea of an emergency situation? Oh, we have a case against them, too. Do I have their support? Like real support? Maybe they're with the old guard, as always. Yeah, that's the concern. God damn it. Let's try 2. Let's do it. This one's not as easy a decision as some of the last ones. Law and order. Yeah, people want law and order, right? And with the forces of law and order on our side, there is no end to what we can achieve. Neither of these are really good, per se. Yeah, exactly, Averon. The only thing that could go poorly for us with this decision is that right after this press conference, the military, important military figures have a press conference of their own being like, we do not support President Rain. And that, Ease enjoying my misery here. Man, it's this kid. I already kind of sometimes have issues with, like, making quick decisions. This game just exacerbates them. Exacerbates? Is that the... I've been fumbling my words all day. I took a deep breath. Loosen shoot a fly away from my forehead. Buddy, what? We're on TV. We will start by focusing on the economy. With reform now off the table, I shall keep following through on my promise to improve Sordland's education system. We'll start by focusing on eliminating internal and external threats. I'm going to say we'll start by focusing on the economy. I think a lot of people right now are unemployed. A lot of people have become homeless. A lot of people are... Literally, the last few reports we read were all about the economic situation. We even talked internally with our, cabinet and whatnot about focusing on the economy. So I feel like... we'll say we start by focusing on the economy, and then in the back rooms, we'll be dealing with internal and external threats anyway, right? Yeah, this budget situation is a problem. Oh, precisely, CJ. Precisely. Start by focusing on the economy. Two is true as well, but I feel like this is... More people will more readily see the impact of one. In a speech, I mean. Not necessarily like the results of, but in me saying that. We will start by focusing on the economy. I thank you for standing by me, your president, both in good times and bad, okay? I'd like to thank my wife and children for standing by me. I'd like to thank my vice president, Peter Vectrin, for standing by me. I'd like to thank my chief strategist, Lucien Galati, for standing by me. Oh, man. Okay, hold on. I think we're going to go with one. I think we're going to go with one. I'm thanking my wife and children. All Frank has to do is create a scene, right? And he probably will. Whether we sent him to military school or not, I assume he would create a scene, cause a scene, and that would make me look bad. I see what you're saying, Ease, but I don't think that's a good idea. I think it'll come back to bite us. I wonder, could they be poking fun at the fly in the US VP debate? Oh, hey, you know what, Elena, I didn't even think about that. This game did release after that debate. Yeah, maybe, actually. I completely forgot about that. That feels like an eon ago. Ease, it's only oppression if you're at the receiving end of the boot. Holy crap. I think I'm going to go with one. This whole speech has been for the people, so I think I'm going to go with one. I also don't want to slight Peter or Lucien, and to be honest, as much as I love my family, man, they've not been very helpful. These last couple of sessions especially. I thank you for standing by me, your president, both in good times and bad. Ooh. One was like an easy given, and then I read four. I think one. For the people, by the people, love the people. Right? Wickles, dude, your son is a turd. Yeah, he came out the wrong end, I guess. Are they standing by you? Listen, Classified. I thank my wife for her constant nepotistic demands, Frank for his failures, and Deanna... Well, never mind. Deanna's okay. Yeah, I think one is the way to go. Amorgno Escor. Vector and Sis Da. The director gave the cut signal, and the cameraman stopped filming. My speech was finished. Am I too finished? Continue. Oh, the terrifying words. No updates, no news, nothing. The silence before the storm. Proceed to the next turn. Revelations. Oh dear. Oh dear. You are so dead. Oh, 100%. Though Jazzy B seems to have a positive tone. Yay, you did it. Haha. Just black. Yeah, oh, can you imagine, Classified? You click continued and it just like cuts to black. That would be, you know what? I will give props for a game that has the gall to do that. Just like cut to black, hold for like 3 seconds, and then roll credits. Oh, that would be so good. That'd be so good. Very cinematic. This is funny. The I just saw the likes go down. YouTube's been acting really weird lately, actually, in terms of some of the number tracking. But am I the only one who saw that, or is that did that actually happen? People are very upset at my decisions, I guess. Deanna's okay as in the bed. Yeah, Deanna's fine. Deanna's fine. Deanna, she hasn't had time yet to hate us, I guess. But folks, I guess with the like count dropping, and consistently too, it's just like been trickling down by one every like few seconds. That's so weird. If your like has suddenly disappeared, hit that like button, please, and get that number back up. That's strange. Yeah, YouTube's been very weird actually these last couple days. I was talking to a couple others about the numerical strangeness I've seen for the last handful of days, and that's very weird. Very, very weird. So yes, smack that like button, as I was saying earlier, like our reform smacked me around. Like our assembly and all the people that we thought were our allies smacked me around. Alright, what do we have here? News, we have some issues as well. These projects are still not done. Wild. Alright, what's up over here? Gendarmerie police issue. Oh no. A massive miscommunication between the Interior and Gendarmerie has resulted in a failed raid in Vesord. The Ministry of Defense and Interior have both put the blame on each other. There will be a gathering soon to solve the ongoing dispute within the security. This is not good. This is not good. What else? Is it just the news and the next big conversation? I guess so. So what does the news have to say? Geopolitico. Oh no. Smack it like we did Frank with military school. Should have done it sooner with the belt. Hey. I'm kidding. Please. Game really knows how to keep you on your toes. It really does. I love this game. I do love this game quite a bit. 100 killed in Helgeland. According to the reports, the riots in Helgeland had already resulted in the arrest of thousands. The number of deaths is believed to have surpassed 100. Agnolian government has still not released a statement about the bloody conflict. The riots in Helgeland had exploded out of proportion in the aftermath of the murder of a Volgish Helgelander. The majority of the arrests and the deaths belong to the Volgish community in the island. The governor of Helgeland claimed that the riots were being incited and supported by the Volkslandian government. Is it just me, or is the sentence structure in this extremely strange? Yeah, smack that like button like we smacked the assembly with some truth during that speech. I like that a lot better, right, Kay? I like that. Teams is closed, says he's good. Welcome to the weekend, buddy. But this is weird. Only 2 pieces of news. They must have liked your speech. Good points, Imperius. Yeah, nothing. No holes to poke, I guess. The sentence structure is strange here. According to the reports, the riots in Helgeland had already resulted in the arrest of thousands. The number of deaths is believed to have surpassed 100. Surpassed hundreds. Or, okay, 100, fine. The Agnolian government has still not, like, I feel like it's like, that's on purpose, you know? Queen Beatrice demands reparations for century-old alleged war crimes. Okay. Queen of Rumburg, Beatrice Livingston, brought up the Estar Incident of the 15-Day War, igniting the forgotten century-old debate of Swordish war crimes. Oh dear. She spoke about the need for peace and change in Eastern Maricopa, and that the way forward can only be walked if past atrocities are finally settled. Queen Livingston claimed that the Swordish army in 1870 had massacred ethnic Rums with plans of committing genocide. Sordland still hasn't claimed any responsibility for the past war crimes, said the Queen, and demanded reparations to be paid. Well, that's an interesting conversation. The 15-Day War, also known as the 1870 Rumburgian Swordish War, fought between the 5th and 20th of October, 1870 by Sordland and Rumburg. Months prior to the conflict, tension became increasingly heightened after King Egmund cancelled the friendship deal between Sordland and Rumburg, which allowed Rumburgian ships to use the Sorn River, which flows from Alfredon, Crimsard Estord, and Lackhaven to reach the Markian Sea. King Alfred II of Rumburg reiterated his position. The closure of the Sorn River to Rumburgian shipping would be a cause for war. Okay. King Egmund announced in May that the river would be closed to all Rumburgian vessels, and then mobilized Swordish forces along the northern border with Rumburg. So King Egmund here was the Swordish king. That's not so good. On the 5th of October, Rumburg launched a series of preemptive attacks against the Swordish forces along the Rumburgian border. Simultaneously, Swordish forces launched a ground offensive into the city of Crimsard, but were immediately pushed back. On the 10th of October, a group of ethnic Rums living in the city of Estord organized guerrilla attacks and sabotage missions that were aimed to cut the supply line of the Swordish forces. This resulted in the Swordish imperial forces to react by forcefully relocating all ethnic Rums living in the Norgus region to the border where battles were taking place. Oh dear. In the event known as the Estar Incident, many Rumburgian lives were lost when they were pushed into the front lines by the Swordish soldiers. Some sources claim the spontaneous killings by the soldiers also took place for several days. After both Rumburgian and Swordish forces suffered casualties without any military successes, Rumburg and Sordland agreed to a ceasefire on the 20th of October, 1870. The signing took place on a train in the outskirts of Estord in a forest that is now called the Forest of October. Beautiful name for a haunting story. Okay, hold on. This is, oh dear. This is an interesting, interesting conversation over here. So, 1870 is when this happened. It's not 200 years ago. It is, or 2,000 years ago. It's less than 100 years ago. It's 80 years ago. Living memory. So what happened here? Who begun the war? It allowed Rumburgian ships to use the Storm River, which flowed. Okay, so he said that this would be sort of a casus belli, but I mean it's one of those things, right? It's just like who had what to gain? King Eggman announced in May that the river would be closed to all Rumburgian vessels, and then mobilized Swedish forces along the northern border. So we actually started it. Oh no, I see. Rumburg launched preemptive attacks. It's one of those things. Like it's easy to say, well, they hit us first, but they didn't though. We hit them first. We made a diplomatic decision that would cost their economy. We positioned our armed forces as a show of force, and they preemptively struck. I'm not saying what they did was correct. I'm just saying that I see where they're coming from in terms of how things went down. So yeah, that's a problem. But okay, what about this incident specifically? Because they want us to. Is it literally pay reparations or just claim responsibility for war crimes, they say? What happened here? So, a group of ethnic Rooms living in the city of Estar organized guerrilla attacks, and sabotage missions. So, the Imperial forces, the Swordish Imperial forces, relocated the ethnic Rooms living in the Nargis region to the border. So we, made it more possible for them to get killed as collateral damage. In the event known as the Estar Incident, many Rumburgian lives were lost when they were pushed into the front lines by the Swordish soldiers. And when you say pushed into the front lines, do you mean like forced recruitment? Was that like the way things were done in the 1870s? Like everyone has to fight, a matter of manpower? Some sources claim the spontaneous killings by soldiers also took place for several days. Some sources. Well, we know which sources. Isn't the ex-royal family residing in Rumburg currently? I believe so. Aren't they still the royal family? They're a constitutional monarchy, right? They signed the treaty. True, they signed the treaty among trees. I see what you did there. They wish for reparations, but the war took place during the time Sordland was a monarchy. What does the current government have to do with it? It's one of those, like, symbolic gestures, One of those symbolic gestures. You say, yeah, our past has had some issues. We're putting them behind us. The future is together, or what have you. But this is the Queen playing a long con. Again, they know we have the Whistleblower. I'm sure they're aware who their Whistleblower is, and I'm sure they're aware what kind of news will be spread. Paid them $1. Yeah, symbolism. All right. I am curious, actually, how we can use that nuclear news to our advantage. Oh, Queen demands reparations for 15-day war. All right. Queen Beatrice Livingston has called for reparations to be paid for the so-called past atrocities that occurred during the 15-day war. Rumburg demands that the price of past wrongdoings must be paid if a path to peace is to open between the two nations. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs is analyzing the situation and coming up with a plan of action. Good, okay, I'll defer to them, obviously. How unfortunate that our forebears were so aggressive, and yet they were so aggressive unsuccessfully. Because Rumburg is the powerhouse here, between the two of us. Give them 350. The Queen has played her trap card. Yeah, exactly. Ted Knight. It's a wonderful political play. It's quite clever from her side to bring it up now and not any of the 80 years in the past, right? It's like now she's setting up for war. Either she has a casus belli, or she says, "See, look, even the Swordish agree that they have committed war crimes, and how should we treat them? We should keep this in mind moving forward. If they were capable of this in the past, what can they do in the future?" Like, it's all politics, right? It's all a political ploy. Pick your vowel, right? Screw Betty, though, for real. Departure of President's son from home. Yeah, get out of here. It was a cloudy, rainy day in Hallsword. Good. We can all blame the tears on the rain instead. The gloomy weather echoed my own feelings. My constitutional changes had been defeated. I was back to square one. Now, that's not true. Some of our reforms have made a difference in other people's lives. Some positive, some not so, but not square one. I couldn't spend the day moping, however. Frank was finally about to leave home. My son piled the last of his bags next to the door. Serge and the assistant driver were waiting outside next to the car. Did you pack everything? Don't forget to give me a call immediately after you arrive. I will. I think I'm all packed. Monica helped him put his backpack on while Serge started carrying the luggage to the car. I made you a sack lunch. I'll get it from the kitchen. She dashed down the hall. Frank and I turned to face each other in the doorway. So I guess this is it. Look, man, he's still my kid. He's still my child. His failures are at least partially a reflection of me. It is for his own good, too. It is for his own good. That is a big part of it, right? If we paved his way with our gold, then he wouldn't learn, I think, a few important lessons. I hope he'll teach you how to be a better shot than me. Is funny. I don't know if you'll see it that way. I don't know if you'll see the humor in it. Is this... Chat, what do y'all think? Is this time for... See, I know if I was in this position, in like real life, God forbid, I would try to inject a bit of humor. I'd be like, hey, but you know, you like all those war movies, right? I won't be mean to him, no. I won't say, I guess it is. That's cold. The thing is, will he get the humor in it, or does he need a shoulder right now, you know? I think God damn it. I think if I joke about it right now, he'll think I'm taking the situation lightly, and he'd be right to do so. I think one is the way to go. And I can see both of these going horribly wrong, or horribly right. With one, he could be like, for my own good, you're ruining my future. I can see, you know... Oh my god, Averon. Sneakily snuck in there. I like it. I know the military wasn't your first choice, but it's for your own good. Normally I would go with the humor route, but I don't know. The music also. You know, I should like play this game with no audio, because it definitely influences my mood. It's beautiful music. Oh, okay. I know. I don't blame you. Frank shifted his weight nervously. I haven't forgotten what you told me about your university years. I hope the army gives me a chance to prove myself the same way you did. No, son, I hope you don't have to. Holy crap, man. Yeah, exactly. For your sake, I hope that chance never comes. Just don't do anything stupid. Don't model your life on mine. You're your own man now, Frank. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone, especially not me. Oh. Oh, why, game? Why? Like I always say, the politicking decision-making is stressful, but comparatively easy to this stuff. The game did remember that barbecue. He did. So I'm torn between... One is my internal monologue. Like, I really hope you never have that chance. But that's thinking from my perspective. I need to think from his perspective. Don't model your life on mine. You're your own man. Puts a lot of faith in him, but it also might feel not like abandonment, but like remember, it's the 50s, right? So to say you're your own man now, there are a lot of 50s era's implications there, I feel, which are like, you know, you got to do it on your own. Don't turn to your father for, you know, like, I just worry about that. Alternatively, it's a very empowering message. You're your own man now, Frank. You know, believe in yourself. You be the best you. It could be that, right? Maybe. 4, you don't have to prove yourself to anyone, especially not me. Shows humility. Shows, you know, even I can make a mistake. Even I've made bad moves in the past. Maybe my time at my university years wasn't the best. Don't feel like you have to prove yourself to me. Just be you. God damn it, this is difficult. He needs his parents. 3 or 4, Ease is saying. I see 1 or 4 from Beaver Soldier. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I'm kind of leaning towards 4. Hot damn. Oh my god. You don't have to prove yourself to anyone, especially not me. Don't model your life on mine. You're your own man now, Frank. I think I'm gonna go with 4. 3 feels like you've handed him the key to adulthood and said, you know what? You still made it. Interesting. But here's my concern with that, Jazzy B. I don't think he feels that way. And it's like... So imagine being completely unprepared, terrified. Your kid's only 17, right? 17, 18, 17? I think it's 17. You're terrified of your future. For all intents and purposes, you think you have none anymore. You failed. You're being sent off to military school, all that. And now your father is basically telling you, you're your own man. You know, you've made your bed, now lay in it. And you don't have a very comfortable bed. You know what I mean? It just feels... It could be so damning a message as well. I've made mistakes. Have you met your mom? Oh my god, Wickles. I love it. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with 4. I want to go with 4. Classified. Trying to find, where is this message? Why am I feel like I'm missing something. I see E saying good luck to Classified. And I want to make sure. Where is this message? I can't see it. Oh, there it is. Classified, have to head out. Have a good weekend all. See you all in 2 weeks. It's state rifle competition time. Have fun. Oh, that's awesome. Well, yes, good luck. Thank you for dropping by. Sorry I missed your message earlier. I fear you were probably already gone by now. I was so entrenched in this conversation, I missed that. My apologies. But do have yourself a wonderful weekend. If you are still here, I hope you hear this. But yeah, good luck and have fun yourself as well. The drive to prove yourself can either be really empowering or crushing. 100%. 100%. Is there war in this game? I feel like yes, based on the recent events. I feel like yes is the answer. If anybody wants to answer that question, spoiler tags in the Discord is a great way to do it. And the Discord link is in the description down below, Cedar Emperor, if you aren't already in the Discord. Beaver Soldier. I too am 17 actually, and frankly, I would want someone to say 4 to me. I don't know if that was just for the pun, which again, art. But yeah, I feel like 4 is the way to go. Frank smiled. Okay, good. All right, Dad. Okay, good. He called me Dad. Okay, good. Good. At that moment, Deanna rushed to the door. Frank! I'm gonna miss you. I'll miss you too. Don't forget, you've got to give Mom and Dad an extra hard time for both of us now. Deanna nodded. God damn it, Frank. Okay. Frank picked up his sister and gave her a big hug. Monica appeared in the doorway holding a paper bag. I cut the crusts off your sandwich, just the way you used to like. I'm not a kid anymore, Mom. Can't a mother pretend? Oh, Frank. She embraced him with tears in her eyes. Frank looked as if he was about to cry as well. Man, god damn it. I caught her glaring at me over his shoulder. I hoped someday she would understand why I decided to send him away. Serge approached. Sir, Frank needs to catch the next bus to the border to get to the military academy before roll call. We will have to leave now to make it. Kind of left it to a bit last minute. Don't you arrive at boarding school, like, you know, a few days before they start doing roll call? The anxiety of pleasing your child, it's too real, man. The writing is really amazing. Honestly. Just like... God. Some good words. Good words well put together. Time to go, Frank. Serge will understand if I address Frank and not Serge. It's time to go, Frank. Frank turned around and took one last look at me. This music, dude. Oh! Make me proud. No, you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. So 4 is out the door. We're not going to say nothing. Good luck. see you soon. I think if I was being sent off to military school, I think I'd want to hear see you soon, right? I'm not being abandoned. They might come visit me. There will be fall break, winter break, summer break, whatever break. I'll be back home. I'll be welcome back home. I'm trying to put myself like in his shoes, in his head. What he might be thinking. You know, he probably says, like, I know why you made the decision. Deep down inside, he's probably just like, wow, you think I'm a failure. You probably never want to see my face again, right? Like, I would say 3. See you soon. Give him, you know, let him know we're still there. Frank nodded before heading to the car. It's difficult to see them grow and leave, isn't it? Oh, I don't like that option 4 is an option. 1 is a little too flippant. Whatever, I'll see him again. Yeah, it's different. It's different. It's very different. Home will feel a bit empty now. Or it is time for him to find himself in the world. God damn it. Yeah, 4 is mean for sure. 4 is mean, 1 is mean. I'm gonna go with 2, because he's addressing me. And he's addressing the parental angle here, you know? So, yeah. Yeah, it is difficult. Home will feel a bit empty now. That isn't the only thing that won't be the same. Yeah, my relationship with the wife has definitely changed. A military education changes a man, even if he never sees combat. I think it will be a liberating experience for him. It's never easy for boys to live in the shadows of their fathers. And it must be even harder when one's father is Anton Rain. A great man like you casts a very long shadow. Not everyone thinks that. It's humble, shows humility. This is mean, and this is self-aggrandizing. Not everyone thinks that. Excuse my language, Mr. President, but to hell with them. You are my president, now and forever. He looked at his watch. It's time to go. Frank waved his hand as he entered the car. The engine started, and they were on their way. Monica stood next to me as they drove away. Her eyes were teary. There he goes. It already feels different. She put her head on my shoulder. God damn it, man. The anxiety. Serge is the boss for sure, dude. Ease that. Okay, you know what? I think that message needed to be pinned. That's like the through line of this entire series. Selecting political choices in 20 seconds, but when family choices are taking 4 minutes, yeah. I feel like it's between 1 and 4. God damn it. I think it's between 1 and 4. Let's go with 4. Let's go with 4. A silent moment often says more. I stroked her hair supportively. She turned to me, kissed me on my cheek, and put her head on my shoulder again. With the defeat of your reforms, I hope we will be all right. We watched for a few more minutes, even after the car was no longer in sight. I sighed and closed the door. Man. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was a good scene. Holy goddamn. I'm also glad, as much as I was upset at my wife for her hypocrisy and nepotism and all that stuff, I wouldn't say I'd, in character fallen out of love with her or anything like that. So I'm glad that we're still, affectionate with each other and whatnot. I was worried about that, from like I say, I like to RP my games, so I get in character. I get into that. I try to get into that headspace. I was like, man, I hope, that would crush me more than failing the reforms, more than being voted out of office. I would just be like, damn, we messed up. Updates to the military. Let's see. Dispute with the interior. The Ministry of Defense is an illegal dispute with the interior about the gendarmerie. Fair enough. Do we have more issues here? Volksland harasses Swordfish ships. Excuse me? This is a problem. Her nepotism was motherly love. Absolutely. That's just it. But So, like, I can't blame her for wanting what she wanted. And she can't blame me for making the decision that I made. We both totally can blame each other for that, but we hopefully understand where the other one was coming from and meet in the middle ground, right? Like, that's the hope, and it seems to have worked that way. Voxlandian Navy ships have steered a dozen Swordish cargo ships out of their shipping lanes this week, leading to the Maritime Safety Organization to change the sea routes. The new path to United Contana and Arcasia is twice as long, but avoids a potential contact with the Voxland Navy. The Swordish Navy Admiral has called the Voxlandian actions reckless and a potential threat to civilian lives due to a high risk of collisions. The Admiral dispatched several frigates to protect the maritime borders. Oh, things are heating up. This is not good. So they're using military vessels to harass shipping lanes. This is definitely... Oh, that's not good. It's like, it's in Europa Universalis 4, right? Where you can, where trade actions can give you a casus belli. It's been a while since I played EU4, actually. I've been meaning to get back into it, but I'm trying to remember now. This is what it feels like. The drums are getting louder and louder. Well put, Ted Knight. Well put. It's because we've recognized Agnolia. It's because we're working with Agnolia. They see us as, you know, we're a friend of their enemies. And fair enough, but that is an active move, actively harming our economy, while all we've done is be friendly with somebody else. We didn't even make a statement, if I recall correctly, on Helterland, right? We were relatively quiet on that. But look west, there's some good news. There is some good news. Hey, what do you know? Sharp eyes, Jazzy B, sharp eyes. All right, let's go ahead and read this, and then we'll read the news. The long-awaited road network running from Lackhaven to Arvory had been completed. The speed of transportation in the region is expected to be improved substantially. Even though there have been some issues causing it to be delayed, Sordland State Corporation has delivered its promise. The day before the grand opening ceremony of the H3 highway, we arrived in Lackhaven to begin preparations. Although the delay had taken its toll on our morale, it was still a proud moment for all of us. Lucian and I, together with the project lead Simon and Lilius, met to discuss how to proceed. Lucian stood up. First of all, this day may have arrived later than expected, but it doesn't change the fact that we are here now. This is still a big success. Congratulations, everyone. To many more projects like this. Well done. We couldn't have done this without our excellent team. Indeed. Let's move on to our plans for the opening tomorrow. It's been a long time since the last successful infrastructure project. From a public relations viewpoint, we can certainly capitalize on the occasion. Maybe it's better that this happened after the recent events. And yes, it is cool that the map updates as well. I saw that. That's pretty neat. They actually changed how the map looks to reflect the highway. I have a plan for how to do that. The President himself shall make the maiden voyage from Lackhaven to Arvory, along with his motorcade. If he agrees, of course. What are your thoughts? I don't support anything beyond the opening ceremony. The highway speaks for itself. Image is everything, Simon. I agree this would bolster the President's reputation. I think so too. Mr. President, seems like there's a clear majority. I agree. I'll hit the road. I don't like a photo op, but you know what? If it's necessary, it's necessary. Very well. Sounds good. It would display unity and strength if we were all there together in the convoy. Additionally, a large crowd has been invited to the ceremony and will be watching the opening speech. Like the good old campaign days, I guess we can't avoid that. It'd be a good opportunity for exposure, nothing like a cheerful crowd looking forward to it. Yeah, let's get some positivity in here. Thomas, I'm going to have that song stuck in my head now. Thank you, I love that song, so I'm not upset. Looking forward to it. I think all of us are. On another note, it goes without mentioning that this was a team effort. Beginning with the President, who put his trust in me, I want to thank everyone involved in the H3. Simon, you deserve the credit. After all, it was you who came up with the project. Or, thank you for your kind words. It truly means a good deal. I like his team player angle. JFK moment incoming. No, we will not be in a... we will not have an open top. Thank you for your kind words. It truly means a good deal. Yeah. Learn to take a compliment, right? The people have been waiting a long time for this. We will need to show our best face tomorrow. We'll make sure that our focus on improving business and logistics is relayed by whatever means necessary. Sorry, I'll make sure that... Okay, good. Alright then. We have a lot of work to do. See you in the morning. Once again, good work, everyone. We dispersed to begin our individual preparations for the big day. The next morning, a stage had been erected next to the entrance of the highway in downtown Lackhaven. The weather was warm and unusually calm for the windy port city. Spirits were high. Despite Lackhaven's strong PFJP presence, a huge crowd of supporters had turned out. Lucian must have brought in some ringers. We took our places on stage. Ringers are people you plant in the crowd to like egg on reactions and whatnot. If I recall correctly, that's what ringers are. I might be mistaken. Correct me if I am wrong. Elena, you headed out? Sounds good. Thanks for coming through. Hope you had a good time and have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thanks again. Catch you in the Discord. Signal for Lucian to begin the ceremony. I gave Lucian the green light, and the opening address began. Brothers and sisters of Sordland, I welcome you Lackhaveners today as a proud servant of this country. Lucian's voice echoed in the square next to the highway. Hundreds of Sordland and USP flags began to wave as the cheers intensified. Without further ado, I invite the President of Sordland to the stage. I walked to the podium to address the crowd. Cameras flashed around me. People of Sordland, welcome to the opening ceremony of the H3 Highway. I try to avoid region-based divisions. you get that a lot in places. I'm going to just address all the people. Because this is not a project just for the locals. It'll affect the entire nation. The chanting from the crowd continued. Nice. At the beginning of this journey, we promised jobs and opportunity. We kept our promise. Or, trust me, our work is far from over. This project is only the beginning. Yeah, this project is only the beginning. The aim with the H3 was to create economic growth in East Nargis and Agenland. Our intention with the H3 was to ensure citizens an easier commute between Lackhaven and Arvory. Both? I'm gonna go ahead and say, I'm gonna say economic growth. It's tough. Like, they're both important. God damn it, this is supposed to be easy. The aim with the H3 was to create economic growth in East Nargis and Agenland. Hopefully they'll, feel a bit better about the economy. We said our focus is the economy right now? Yeah, exactly. We said the economy is our focus, so let's live up to that. Thanks to this highway, travel between Lackhaven and Arvory is twice as fast and infinitely more comfortable, or this highway has brought and will continue to bring thousands of new jobs. Sure. This highway has brought and will continue to bring thousands of new jobs. Oh ho ho. So I can thank either Lilius or Simon, or make it a personal priority. Oh, god damn it. Did I just make a promise? I guess I may have. I guess you have a point there, Cedar Emperor. It will continue to bring employment, though. Maintenance and stuff like that. Renke, you're headed out as well? Sounds good, buddy. I'm glad you were able to join in as well. Glad you can make it. I hope you have yourself a wonderful rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend too. I see you're saying, I hope to hop into the Discord this week. Sounds great. Awesome. Yeah, let us know, and we will welcome you with the warmest of hugs and the most funnest of conversations. Yeah, I think Simon is the homie. I think you're right. I think we need people's support when we start the new party. Don't take more credit than you deserve. Exactly. And it didn't go exactly to plan. So I must thank the brilliant mind behind the highway project, the esteemed Minister of Economy and Tax, Simon Hall. Please come over here. It was his idea, and plus we don't really like Lilius anymore. So an easy decision, relatively. Simon walked up to me. Thanks, Mr. President. Our aim with this project was obvious: to improve the speed and efficiency of transportation. After we cut that ribbon and you drive on the highway, you can judge our success for yourself. Simon continued to speak about how this project was a stepping stone towards a Sordish economic recovery. After he was done with his speech, Lucian took Simon's place on the stage to close the ceremony. Citizens of Blackhaven, there you have it. As promised, Anton Rain, the 4th president of Sordland, has delivered. We walked towards the entrance of the highway next to the stage. A 40-meter-long red ribbon stretched across it. Simon handed me a pair of oversized scissors. I cut the ribbon, triggering a huge wave of cheers from the crowd. The cameras flashed again. Congratulations to all. Hopefully this is one of many successes to come. It's a good moment indeed. It gives us pride as a nation. One big step forward. Your car is ready. The drive to Avery should take about 4 hours. We'll be right behind you in the motorcade. I entered the car and sat in the driver's seat. The crowd was trying to catch a glimpse of me through the window. Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent. We're driving. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who do you want to travel with, Mr. President? Oh, huh. I think I should drive it myself, right? The plan was they would be in the motorcade behind me. I think I should drive the car on my own. I'm wondering about getting Simon in the car. Yeah, should we? I see some calls for it. He has earned that villa near Conriat that was mentioned back in Chapter 2, I guess so. No, I don't think we're going to get assassinated here. I think this is actually a moment of positivity. You know what, let's get Simon in the car. I see the call for Lucian, but I feel like if this is Simon's moment, let it be Simon's moment. Lucian has had his moments as well. So why not Simon? I wish I could have my family with me. Now there's a photo op. I want to have Simon in the lead car. Well, Simon doesn't even want to do it. Oh, does he not? What makes you say that? I don't recall him implying... Was it way earlier? Alright, then let's do solo. I must have missed something. Thanks for the heads up there. Alright, then I will drive the car on my own. Sure, let's ride on our own. A little bit of time to think about our decisions and life without a conversation. And that way, if we do get assassinated, it'll be just us. I love seeing the back and forth here. If you put someone else in the car, they can become a rival in the party? I don't think so. I don't think that'll... I mean, maybe, but I guess I don't want Simon... Because he can still point out that this was his idea, because it was, you know? I wish I could look back a little bit further back. Yeah, maybe Lucian's not a bad idea. Alright, let's do Lucian. Need to talk economy with Simon. I don't think we'll have that conversation in the car, and I'd rather not actually have that conversation in the car is the thing as well. Man, I hate this. In the sense that I love it. You know what's good? I'm going to drive alone. I'll drive the car on my own. I think it was the original plan. We stick to the original plan. They're going to be in the motorcade behind me. That's what we discussed. That's what we'll do. I'll drive the car on my own. As you wish. I'll see you in Arvory. Kind of makes me wish that I'd taken him. I revved the engine and waved to the press photographers as I drove onto the new highway. The new highway was in pristine condition. The ride to Arvory was the smoothest I'd ever had. After an uneventful 4 hours, we were welcomed by a throng of Arvory citizens and Mayor Eric Neal. As soon as we left, the highway opened to the public, and thousands began using it. It was a great victory for my administration. I didn't get shot. Country overview has changed the economy. With average transportation links, the new infrastructure investments by the government has slightly recovered the transportation network connections. Good stuff. Good stuff. Don't give too much credit. I see the warnings as well. Lucian is a homie. So was Simon, clearly. Alright, so we've got our next event over here is the changes to the law. Okay. Alright, that's coming up at Hall Sword. And of course we have the news to read as well. But you know what? The news makes for an excellent recap, so we're going to leave that for the opening of next session, just to see how people respond to the opening of the highway. I imagine they won't complain, but I wouldn't be surprised if they do. And then we'll have to dive into the changing of the law. That'll be interesting. Be very interesting. Folks, I hope you enjoyed today's session. Definitely some interesting moments. The family moments always get me. But hey, at least we didn't get assassinated. So folks, thank you very much for coming through today. I hope you had a good time, whether you're watching live or you're watching the VOD. Again, on your way out, please do not hesitate to hit that like button. It really does help kind of make decisions on the channel. If we're going to have a quote-unquote season 2 of this, you know, the view counts, the likes, the comments, all that kind of stuff is stuff that I have to measure when making those kinds of decisions. So please, again, smack that like button, I suppose. Hope you had a good time, though. A massive thanks, as always, to all of y'all for joining in, and of course, a massive thanks to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Keep the channel alive and running smoothly, as I say always. It really does make a very big difference, and I can't thank you enough. A big thanks as well, of course, to all of y'all who've been joining in and watching. Again, whether it's live or it's after the fact, I'm glad to see folks do enjoy the VODs. It was one of my biggest concerns with live streaming more and more. And it makes me wonder, in fact, if I should live stream even more things. It comes up every once in a while, but certainly something that I think about more often lately. Instructions unclear. Have a great day yourself as well. Duda not leaving. Fair enough. Chat will get quiet eventually, maybe. Eventually YouTube does cut off chat, unfortunately. Remember, folks, join the Discord. Jazzy there, dropping the link. Join the Discord. Come hang out. It's a chill space. It's a wonderful place to hang out with some wonderful people. I will be spending some time this weekend. Today is a pretty packed day, so I'll be coming in like in the evening, later on in the day. But this weekend I should be hanging out a bit more than this past week, and just having some chill times. I do love our little Discord and our strong community. Folks, have yourselves a wonderful Friday. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. If I don't catch you between now and Monday, again, Monday we're probably not going to be doing Crusader Kings 3 this weekend. I think we're going to have no stream on Monday this week. As I prepare for next week Monday, not this coming one, but the one after, where we'll be back with Crusader Kings 3, and I will reveal the start and stuff just before then. The voting has been going interestingly. Next week, Tuesday, though, we should hopefully, as long as there's no random events in my life, we should be back with Phantom Brigade. Again, same time as always. Should be fun after a little pause to dive back into the mech-on-mech action. And then back again, of course, on Friday, continuing our story with Suzerain. Folks, have yourselves a wonderful weekend, as I was saying. Until next time. Cheers.